Hey crafty family, it's me. I'm sorry for my recent absence. I haven't created a video in over a week because I've been really sick. And we're not sure why exactly. Doctors are trying to figure that out as we speak. Or, well, it's now Friday night, so I'm sure they're not doing it right now. But I had a lot of blood drawn today and a lot of talk about doing this, that, and the other, and getting this scan and that scan, and checking this and checking that. So, checking it twice, making sure, it's naughty or nice. I don't know, but they need to figure out what the hell is going on because I don't feel well at all. And I'm not able to really do my job right now because I feel so bad, and it's kind of hard to clean houses when you feel like you want to die pretty much because you feel so icky. So anyway, so I apologize if you've not seen me, and you might not see me very much over the next however long. I'm going to try, but I can't guarantee anything. Like, I'm doing this because it's the LoveFallArt, and I wanted to do something, even if it's just something little. So what I'm going to do is make just a little, very simple little plaque thing. I have this wood that was given to me, and I believe it's birch, but I'm not positive. And I've already sanded it. And what I did was, I can't even talk very well because I'm losing my voice. So I apologize if I get sounds start to be scratchier and deeper. This is all part of what's going on. Is even my voice and everything is not very good. Anywho, so you start sanding it with the highest grit, the roughest sandpaper, and then you go down to the finest, so I usually do 3 steps. Like, I have a high grit and then a medium grit and then a fine grit, and then it gives it like a soft feeling. That's kind of what you want. Hold on one second. Okay, I went and got my drink because I feel like I'm talking with gravel in my throat. It's awful. And I don't have a sore throat, and I have a fever, and I've got all kinds of problems going on, but sore throat isn't one of them. It's just every time I start talking for any length of time, it just seems like there's gravel in my throat, and I don't know why. So I'm going to try to make that not happen by having my drink next to me. Anyway, like I was saying, this piece of wood, I sanded it with 3 different grits of sandpaper, and then of course you want to make sure that you use something to wipe over it. And I've still got crap in my nails. Still haven't gotten my nails done. So anyway, you're going to use like a baby wipe or a wet paper towel, and you're going to wipe all the sand, the dust, I forget what I was going to say. But yeah, the sawdust, that's it. You want to wipe all the, well, not sawdust, but you wipe all the dust from sanding, that stuff. Away so that it's not going to affect when you either stain it or paint it, which you could do either. And I got these new DecoArts Americana gel stains, and I wanted to try one of them. I've got oak, maple, and walnut. And I'm thinking of going with the maple, even though from the bottom they don't look any different from each other, but I'm sure they are. So I'm going to go with the maple. And I've got somewhere around here, I've got a spongy thing to put it on with. So I'll just use one of these. And I don't have a paper towel. I thought I had something to wipe it off with. Hold on a second. I will grab a paper towel. Oh, they were right behind me. Like, literally 2 inches behind me. Okay, it's because you're going to want to wipe it back off. And I'm going to roll up my sleeves a little bit so I don't make a mess. I'm going to shake it a little bit. I don't know if it needs shaking. I've never used gel stains before. I've always just used typical stains, the liquid kind. So this is like a new thing for me. It looks like paint. It just looks like brown paint. It's not very gel-like. I guess it's just like, and it goes on like paint, kind of. It might have helped if I read the, oh, it says apply with a brush. Well, it don't matter. And then wipe back with a cloth. It doesn't want to wipe back much. I guess it does a little bit. It's quite dark, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Interesting. Okay. So this is acting like a brush. I don't know if you're supposed to wipe it back, like do that much and then wipe back. Yeah, I guess that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know. I'm in unfamiliar territory with these gel stains because, like I said, I've never used them. But I guess that's how they're supposed to be used. I could have left it plain, I suppose, but I kind of wanted to try these stains out and see how they go. Know what I'm saying? I bet you I'd get better results if I used a baby wipe and it would lighten them up. Let's try that as an experiment and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Not much. Well, actually, it does pull it up a little bit. That's kind of good. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, see, I like the baby wipe idea. Because then we get a little bit less of the stain. And I think I had a spot over here to do, which looks like it's done, but that's only because the baby wipe is wet. Let's wipe it back with the baby wipe and see what happens. Now I'm going to use my drying, my heat gun thing, and I'm going to dry this and see what happens. Okay, I kind of like that. That looks good. Okay, so I'm not sure whether I wanted to paint the sides or leave them plain, or put the gel stain on them. Maybe I'll apply gel stain to the sides as well. No, you know what? I'm going to leave them plain. I'm going to leave them plain for the time being. If I decide to do something else, I will. But for now, let's leave them plain, shall we? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather my stencils together and some paint, and I'm going to stencil a cute little fall saying on there or what have you. And so I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my stencil out, and what I'm going to use is this is going to be like a background stencil. And I'm going to put these, I love this swirly design. This is one of the DecoArts stencils. This is the first time I'm actually using them. So I'm going to put this cool swirly design on there. And then on top of that, in a brighter color, like a white color, I'm going to put the saying that I want. But I thought this would make, it's quinacridone gold, however you say it. And it's like an orangey color, and I have never used this color in my life, but when I was checking it out, I thought it was pretty cool. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my craft mat, and then I'm going to take the pouncer, and I don't want it to be like super dark, so I'm going to kind of pounce it on here and just spread it out, and then just hopefully get this where I want it. And if I need more, I'll obviously go back for more. But I don't want it to be like, really super opaque. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold that steady. Get enough paint. No, probably not. Damn it. I had to screw that up, didn't I? Okay, close enough. It's just a background. And I'm not going to fuss over whether it's perfect or not. But I like the fact that it's like an orangey color, because that's kind of, you know, like a fall color. And then I'm probably going to add a color over top of it a little bit to just brighten it up slightly and give it like a two-tone effect. Yellow oxide. Let's see how bright that is. Oh, that's a perfect color, actually. So I might take just a dab of this, and with the same brush, I'm just gonna like hit it in spots. And we'll see what it looks like. If I don't like it, I can put the stencil back on and do a different color. Ooh, I do like that. That's perfect. I love how it's very muted, and as the gold is drying, it's muting down as well, but it's perfect. I think that came out perfect. It's just a perfect background stencil. Love that. Okay, I'm gonna go clean this because we all know that I'm anal and I've got to clean this before I can move on, so I will be right back. Okay, so this is where I am on the sign. Now, I put it down for a few days because, like I had said in my Happy Mail video, the one before this one, I had ended up getting really sick again, so I couldn't finish my little sign. So I'm going to try to get it done today as best as I can. What I decided to do on it, instead of stenciling the words, Happy Fall, y'all, I ended up doing this. And this basically is the opposite of if you were to punch out the letters. I forgot I had these punches with these letters, and it has the capital and the lowercase on each side. And I totally forgot I had these, so I dug them out, and what I did was I used book page, and oh man, I just blew them everywhere when I shut that case. Back to our old tricks. Okay, so let me get this out of the way so that then I can collect what fell all over the place. Okay, now I gotta see if I have them all here. Probably not. H-A, happy, F-A, L-L. Why, yep, I got them, surprisingly. Okay, let's not have that happen again. I know, I'm a disaster, right? Okay, so what I want to do is try to keep them over to this side so that I can use these dollar store little leaves. I've got all kinds of fall leaves and stuff in here to kind of do like some sort of embellishment doohickey over there. So that's going to be what I plan on doing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little dauber that I got from my friend Alicia, and I'm going to use StazOn so that when I put these down, hopefully it won't run, but I don't know how much StazOn I've actually got in here. There should be enough to distress these edges with a little brown StazOn. And in the hopefully I could do this without screwing it up royally. Okay, so I figured out what I had to do, what color I wanted to stamp or distress the edges, and I found this color, which I like the way that looks, and it's actually a Stampin' Up pad. It's called Really Rust. So because of my experimenting now, I have to punch out another A, Y, and an L. So I'll show you how I did it. I did an H there, but I didn't end up using it. So for like the L, I just basically lined it up as best I could. It's hard to punch these without putting it down and physically doing it. And then what I would do is I would just rip it out kind of, and then further rip it around the edges to make it closer to the actual letter, which this one I screwed up and ripped. Let's try another one. You got to be careful because if you get too close to the letter, you'll obviously rip it. And that one's not going to work because it's too close to the H. Okay, let's try this again. I didn't have any that I screwed up when I did it the first time, but as soon as I turned the camera on, now I'm screwing them up right and left. Okay, so we're going to go right around the letter and tighten that up a little bit so that it's not so much excess page. So there's an L. Okay. And then there's a Y. Oh, I needed the big Y, didn't I? Yeah, I do. So then, same thing, trying to be on camera. I zoomed it in a little, which always makes me kind of annoyed when I do that, because then I have to worry too much about where I'm at. There's the Y. I might be able to get an A out of this, but I can't promise. I don't think so. I'll have to be... Ooh, maybe I can. Ooh, that might be perfect. I might have done it. No, but it had the word nipples on the top of it. I don't know if that's such a good thing. It did. It literally, the top of the A said nipples. Let's do a different one, shall we? What kind of book is this? This is that Reader's Digest book, too. That's so funny. I was keeping all the letters that I was punching out over to the side, because I could probably use them for something else. Okay. Things are just a slipping and a sliding. Okay. Now I just need to cut out the A, or tear out the A, I should say. Hopefully you can see. I mean, not that you need to see me tearing this out, because, you know. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress all the edges with this really rust color by Stampin' Up. Which there's some in the lid I could take. And I'm just going to basically go around all the edges and then try to get into the edges of where the letter is too, so it'll stand out against the wood background. Anything too dark was not standing out, so in order to get inside of the letters, I basically like fold it kind of and just kind of get in there a little bit on the edges like that. I will fast forward through this since I'm sure you don't need to see it. Plus this thing is making noise because I have zero room on my desk because I've got like 4 different projects going on at one time. So okay, we are finally at the last letter. It's about damn time because I'm tired. Now, I don't think this ink is permanent ink, so I may have to spray all these letters before I can adhere them to the wood. I might put them on here and then spray them because I don't really want to deal with, after all of that, I don't really want to deal with them running, with the colors running. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, and I've got all my letters. I sealed them kind of as best I could, as you saw before, and let them dry. And now I'm going to make sure that they are, I'm going to take some of this and just go over a couple of pieces that I want to be a little bit darker in certain areas. I think there's just really the H that, come back here, that I want to do on just the inner parts of the H. I just want to darken up just a little. And I'm not going to worry about it if the Mod Podge what do you call it, smears it a little bit. I'm not going to fuss. I don't really care at this point because it took me so long to get it, to spray it and then get it to dry, that I'm not worried about it. If it happens, it happens. Okay, let me move these stamp pads out of the way. Oh, my room is such a mess. I can't take it. I can't take it. Okay. So I'm going to move it like this because it's got like this little lump over here, and that's where I want to put my leaves and stuff. So, or wait a minute, or maybe I should do it like this so I can cover up this little part here that's kind of blemishy. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And I'm going to just put down the Happy Fall, y'all. I like that saying, it's cute. I do live in the South, so that kind of goes around here anyway. Okay, let me find a paintbrush that's not all McNasty. And I don't even have a paper towel to dry it off on. Let's see, I'll use a baby wipe and hope that this will be okay. I moved my Mod Podge into, my homemade Mod Podge into this jar because it had a nice open and I could see how much is in there. I could see where I'm dipping instead of in the Mod Podge bucket, which was very hard to, I couldn't tell how much, you know, Mod Podge I was using or what have you. Okay, so there's H. And then we need an A. Yeah, it made it much easier. I got them at Dollar General for like, I want to say they were like 25 cents a piece because they were on sale. Alright, I need tweezers. And I have that little toolkit thing. I got to show you guys what I got from my friend Alicia. She sent me some cute little things that are really awesome. And, okay, I'm missing my peas. Where did my peas go? Alright. Who stole them? Seriously, what did I do with them? Oh my god. Are you kidding me right now? Alright, hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I apologize. I had some camera issues for a minute. So anyway, I got my letters on here. It's all that matters. I got them decoupaged on. Everything is on that much is done. So then I picked out my little foliage. I got these at the Dollar Tree, and they're just cheap bags of, they come in bags of, you know, 50. Some of them are bags of 50, and then there was these that had like 12 of these bigger leaves, and I cut a couple of the stems off, and I'm going to glue these like here, and I'm going to put some green ones underneath kind of peeking out, and then I've got some, I got this kind of coppery one and this red one, or the red with the copper. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Kind of like that, I guess. And then I've got this cute little pumpkin that I was going to put right in the middle. And I thought that that would make a really cute little side piece for it. I may run some sort of something around the edge. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to get this part glued down first with some hot glue to get that where I want it. So let's take off the layers and start with the bottom layers and just stick some hot glue. You don't need a lot for these because they're easy to stick. And then these will go like this and like this. Maybe I want another one of those green leaves. I'm trying to get them to stick out the way I want them. I want them to kind of stick out more here. Like that. So that when I put this on, it will stick out a little bit. I'm going to have to do this like this so I can kind of see where that I'm not covering up the letters. That's my concern. Yes, I'm using my old trusty glue gun that's 15 years old. Still using it. Still using it. Alright, can you like adhere or what? And then the pumpkin. We're putting the pumpkin down. Do I want anything else before I put the pumpkin down? Let's think about that for a second. Shall we? Let's see. Maybe I can cut a couple of these, or maybe I want some more green. Or I've got some yellower leaves here. Let's open these without hurting myself. There's a staple on it. Let's see. Maybe I want to do that. Ooh, I like that. I likes it a lot. I could probably slip one of these suckers in here somewhere. Have that. Maybe I'll do that too. I like this a lot, like that. I think that kind of gives it something. And then I also have some fibers that would match probably perfectly if I can get them without blocking the camera to the point where you guys get annoyed. But I've got these, and I've got this right here is what I was thinking of, because this really does kind of match that perfectly. And I was thinking that I can do like a little bibbity bop here. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of like a pinky, orangey, yellowy. I don't know if there's a point to doing this, but it'll probably cover up too much. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I make like a little nest for the pumpkin to sit on? I'm not sure this is the right stuff to do it with because it's so stringy. If I had some lace this color, which I'm not sure I do, I might have some yellow lace, which now I just screwed this whole roll up, didn't I? If I had yellow lace, that would probably be the best thing to use, but I'm not sure I have yellow lace. Okay, so I found some yellow and I found some red, which would work for like something. I'm going to use this stamp pad on some of this yellow stuff, and I'm going to attempt to kind of, I don't know, do something with it. I don't know if you could see, but this bottom yellow one I like. But I want to kind of make it look fall-like by putting this on it. So, and I have like nowhere to work right now. I can't wait to move. It'll be so exciting to get the hell out of here. What I'm going to do is put down the pumpkin and leave that as is, because I think what I'm going to do is kind of do something either coming off from underneath or around the edge, like around the perimeter, like so, and then come out from underneath. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get this off of here and look into this. I can probably do like the red over. I'm trying to show you, but I know I have it zoomed in, which makes it difficult for me. Like this, the red over the yellow, and then put around like so. Whoops, there goes my pumpkin in my lap. Like this, maybe, and there goes my leaf, because it's not down yet. And then do something. What do you think? Would that be cute, you think? Or, see, because the yellow one is really wide, so I'm not sure if I want to do that, and I don't want to cut it. All right, let me get this stuff down first before I go ape crap all over the place, because that's kind of driving me nuts, and I'd like to get this down. And then get my little pumpkin in place, which I need a new glue stick. I taught you that trick where you put the glue on the back of the glue stick before you put it in, so that it becomes one long glue stick. And then you don't have to worry about keep pushing it in as you go along, because it will now just work. Okay, pumpkin. Everything is on there, except for I got to get the glue strings off, but I'll worry about that more later. Okay, so everything's on there. I remember I said something about this leaf. That I want it like under here sticking out or something. I think that would be cute. I might chop it down just a little bit. And I'm going to have to do this part in my lap. All I'm doing is gluing this and sticking it here, but I really don't have the room to do it on my desk where I could see without screwing everything up. So bear with me. And we will get right back to our regularly scheduled program as soon as I can glue this son of a poop in. There we go. Ow! And not burn my fingers in the process. There we go. That just gave it a little bit more whoosh, little whoosh, little whoosh. See that little whoosh from that leaf sticking out? And I've got glue on my fingers where I burnt myself. Anywho whatsoever, yes. Okay, let me get that stamp pad out of the way because I really don't have any room up here. I'm like working in a little tiny ridiculous area. Okay, now what did I do with it? Here it is. Here's the lace I got. I think this will go really well. I think what I'm just going to do is I might end up painting. That's why I didn't do the outside of this, because I wanted to wait to see what embellishments I put on this before I decided what I was going to paint the outside. If I would have done it black, I would have been pissed right now, because black I don't think would have gone as well as now like a deep red or a deep orange around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. Okay. So what I'm thinking of doing is having like some lace come out from there, not obviously that long, but something like that, and come out from the bottom. I think that would be cute. But then it leaves me feeling like this side needs more than just some paint. And that's what I'm trying to remedy at this time. I'm trying to remedy that, and I'm thinking, and I'm looking around, and I'm trying to think of what I can put around the outside. I mean, I could do this, because this one's a little thinner. So I guess I could, but I want something with a little more dimension maybe. So what I'm thinking is I could use some of these, like, some of these things here. And I could dress it up. I could paint these, obviously, before I do it. Paint these orange and then go around the outside with them. I think that might be a good idea. I think that would look perfect, actually. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a piece of these. I'm going to cut it to the size I need. I only have to go to about there. So I'm just going to go around and then say to there. And what I'm going to do is, if you've never painted them before, they're very easy to paint and to color how you want them colored. It's very, very easy to do. So I will show you how easy it is to paint these and make them any color you want them to be, so that you're not stuck with just one color. Excuse me. Alright, I need that quinacridone gold because that's the color I like. Okay, and a paintbrush. Let's see if I can find a dry paintbrush. Something like this would work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this color, and then I might go back in with some of the crimson yellow to kind of highlight it, and to not take the risk of getting that in the way. I already got paint on my fingers and I haven't done anything yet. Okay, so all you're going to do is lay it out flat as best as you can, which I don't have a big enough piece of paper, and you're just going to hold it on one end and just start painting it. Now it might need a couple of coats, so the first coat obviously is not going to look as pretty, so you're basically just going to slap some paint on it without making it too ridiculously gloopy. And even the little string in between, you're going to hit it and make sure it gets painted. It usually takes a couple of coats, so don't be discouraged and be like, oh, it's going to look awful. No, it won't. I promise, it'll look fine. I do it all the time. I really do. I paint these all the time. That's why the only color I generally ever get is a pearl color, like a cream color, ivory. That's what I'm looking for. Ivory and white. I don't usually get any other color. I might get pink just because I like the way the pink usually is on them, but I generally don't get other colors because I can just paint it myself. And it's usually just easier to find a cream color or a white to paint yourself. Alright, once you go one way, and then you go the other. And you just paint. And you just keep going. And then you could dry them in between with your heat gun. They're not going to look good at first. They're going to look kind of weird. You're just going to do the best you can. And like I said, it will take a couple of coats. So now I'm going to dry this with the heat gun. And they look, you know, like splotchy and yucky, and you're like, oh no, they don't look good. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. I need another piece of paper here so I can get all the way. Okay. You're going to put another coat on it. The trick is you need a couple of coats. Sometimes one coat's enough depending on what you're doing. So I'm going back and I'm painting them again. You can also use your paint sprays as well. So that's also a possibility. And you'll start to see around this coat here, the second coat, you'll start to notice that it starts to look more evenly colored than it did the first coat. And then by the third coat, which, I mean, like literally this doesn't take very long to do. By the third coat, then it's where you want it to be usually. And if not, you just slap another coat. And it's always easier to get the second coat on than it is the first. See, like, look at that. It's starting to already look very uniformed. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. Literally about 30 to 45 seconds with the heat gun is all it needs. A little bit more paint and one more coat. Then I'm going to go over some areas with some of that, that yellow. I think it's called yellow oxide. I don't remember what color it was. One more coat and it'll be perfect. And that's all there is to it. I mean, of course, if you look at it, like, if you inspect it, like, super up close, then of course you're going to see that it's painted. But it's generally you can't tell. Overall, you cannot tell that these are just painted. You know, and you want to look at them. I'm looking at them as I go and kind of seeing any spots I might have missed on this last coat. Trying to get it as best I can. And again, I'll hit it with the heat gun. And now, trying to find a color. Is it raw sienna? No, I don't think that was the color I'm looking for. Maybe. That's kind of a nice gold color. I lost my cap. Just going to add it in there with a little bit of that, and I'm just going to go over some areas of it and give it that kind of fall look of two different colors. Like that. Everything's literally falling off my desk because I literally have no room. And can I say literally anymore? So yeah, this is like kind of ridiculous. Okay, so I don't want mine to be shiny, you know, to have a gloss finish on it. I like this matte finish that it has on it. Look, isn't that nice? I love it. I think this looks awesome. I love how I've got like the two-tone colors in there. I love that it's just perfectly colored to how I want it. It matches my project. Look how perfect that matches. Perfect. But if you did want this to be glossy, all you have to do is lay it out, spray your gloss spray on it and put a couple of coats of that and you're good to go. And it'll be nice and glossy. So that's all you would have to do to get a glossy finish. Now, of course, because I'm doing like a fall thing, I'm not really doing the whole glossy thing with this. I just want to put this around. I think this is going to be so perfect. And I just love the way it looks. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? I love it. I love painting these things. It's easy. It's an easy way to transform it. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to glue it on without too much of a fiasco. Putting it closer to the front edge as much as possible. Trying not to use too much glue. I may have to put this in my lap because I need to kind of hold it. So I'll fast forward through this. All I'm doing is gluing it around. You guys know how to do that stuff. It's just easier for me to clamp it between my legs. That sounded really bad. Didn't that just sound nice? I just want to clamp it between my legs. But it's true, it's easier. Sounds like I'm doing naughty things. Naughty, naughty. And voila, now I've got a little dimension on that side which balances out this big chunk of stuff right here. I may actually add a little glitter inside of that leaf as well. So I think that looks gorgeous, but now it's going to look even more gorgeous because I am going to add these ribbons. And I am also, because this one looks nice, but this one's a little bit bright for me. It's just a little bit bright. So what I'd like to do in that case is use this because I really like this color. Now, of course, you could dye lace, which I should do I should eventually do a video on how to dye lace, but I'm just going to show you how you can also distress your lace just like you would a piece of paper. You just go along the edges. I mean, you can go along the edges a little bit in the center, and you could just add. See how different that looks already? It just dulls down that bright, bright yellow and gives it a little more depth, warmth and depth. And that's what I want. So I'm just going along the edge. It kind of gives it like a two-tone effect. Makes it look a little more how I want it to look. You can do this with ink. You could do it with very watered down paint. There's many ways to change things that you have. So don't always think, oh, I got to run out and I have to get this, that, or the other. No, you don't. You can use white lace and change the color completely with some ink or paint or one of your ink sprays or what have you. You do not need to run out and buy brand new stuff just to do something that you want to do. You can use the same stuff you have. Just use the stuff around you. Just look around at your stuff and say, oh, well, I've got this, that, and the other. So I think I'm going to do a piece about that length. I'm going to do the other side too. But first, I'm going to cut it. And I don't know where my scissors went again. I keep picking up brand new pairs of scissors. And I'm going to go over the other side because it is going to show. So I'm just kind of going over almost the whole thing in spots. Hold on. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful ribbon that we customized. Now look how much better that matches, and it doesn't stand out. We don't want it to like stand out like a sore thumb. And kind of just have them coming off of here, or I can put it on the bottom and tie a bow. I'm trying to think if I want to do that or not. Let me do this tricky part now. Put a glob of glue. Put this thing, oh, get off of me. Jeez. Things are literally connecting to me here. Another glob of glue. Stick that down. And I think it's perfect. What do you think? Is that not cute or what? Cute, 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 cute. I love it, love it, love it. So now that I've got that all put together, all I've got to do is put my little string across, which that's either I'm going to put a hook in here, which I have somewhere little hooks, so I might go find that, and then if I can't find that, then I'll come back with the other stuff to do it the other way. Or I can actually use this. This would probably be the best way to do it. Hang it with this. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way. Let's just do that. Whatevs. It's very easy to do it with the lace because it doesn't take much thinking or require very much talent to just put some lace on there. And then you could stick a piece of paper or something on it if you choose to do so. Just make sure it's where I want it. Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll take not those, because those are too big. I'll actually take a piece of paper if I can find one quickly enough. Quickly, quickly. Well, I'll do it later, because I'll take like a little orange piece of paper and put it on the back of each of these so that it doesn't have to. But now at least you can hang it, and it's a adorkable little hanging sign. I love it. Happy fall, y'all. And I'm so glad I got this done. I did not obviously get it done in time for the hashtag event, but, well, it's done. So I don't know, maybe I'll hang this in my house and maybe I'll sell it. I don't know, because I really could use the money right now. So, or maybe I'll give it away. I don't know. It depends. I have to think about it, but I think it's adorable. It's so cute. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this video. I had fun doing it. I thought it was a lot of fun and it was cute, and I'm just glad I was able to get it done because it was really frustrating me that I got it started thinking I was going to get it up for the hashtag event and then couldn't. So I'm just glad it's done and over with, and I'm thrilled, and I think it's adorable, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope that you do what you love and love what you do and be nice to everybody, and I will be back soon with another video, and thanks for sticking with me, guys. I appreciate it. Bye. Mwah.